got the Irish Dragon back here in the program. I was kind of a little disappointed in the way the Ronaldo fight went. I didn't feel like you actually got off as much as you could have before the doctor stopped it. You know, like I felt like there's a lot you could have got done. How did you feel? I mean, obviously you're disappointed with the way the doctor stopped it, but
I everything about that fight, man, I didn't feel myself. I didn't feel right. Like even in the preparation leading up to it, it's not that the training wasn't there, but I just, I felt a little worn out and a little tired, and it's one of the reasons that I'm here trying to I'm doing my camp in Milwaukee at Rufus Sport. I'm living here in the gym. In between every workout, I get to rest, hang out. I don't have the stress of home. I don't have the stress of driving an hour and a half to and from every practice that I was going to, and then the travel to Brazil. I just, and taking nothing away from Francisco Trinaldo, but by the time fight night came and I was making that walk, I had to like hype myself up to try to get into the moment. Whereas that shouldn't be the case when you're making a walk with the UFC in a main card in Brazil. I should be pretty pumped to be there, but everything felt just eerily off for that whole week.
So now obviously in Milwaukee, I got to ask though, why Rufus's? You could have went anywhere. I mean, you're a name that you could literally show up at any camp and be like, okay, yeah, Paul's here, and it wouldn't be a problem. Like, why'd you choose Rufus's?
Well, my the manager, I'm with Brian Butler and Sucker Punch Management, those guys at Sucker Punch Entertainment, and they were really adamant that I try to go somewhere and be somewhere. And Brian has a good relationship with Duke. He got talking to Duke. He gave me Duke's number, and at this point, I was still very against it. I just didn't want to leave home. I wasn't comfortable going away again. I did that with the ranch, and it was good, but it was still away from home. And at one conversation with Duke, and he was just speaking my language, just the way he talked about how he handles the fight approach, training, and he was like, "Man, we have open arms. We have a room for you. We'll put a futon in there. We got a fridge we're bringing in, and that's where I'm at right now. It's literally living in the gym." And I said, "Okay, I'll give it a week. I won't buy my return ticket until I come and check it out." This is still about 7-8 weeks out from the fight coming up, when it was still supposed to be Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I did 1 full week of training, and I said, okay, I'm staying.
Oh, really? It took, that was it. It took a week, and you were like...
1 full week. I did every practice, Monday through Saturday, and I said, okay, the team, everybody that's here, really, as far as just the way they handled me, brought me in and pushed me, man. There's some good, well-rounded fighters here that nobody's even heard of yet that are kind of working their way up. And then obviously some vets that are big names that people obviously have heard of from Rufus Sport.
Yeah, it's becoming a little quietly. They're kind of sneaking into the top spot. A lot of champs are starting to go up there. A lot of people are starting to make their adjustment up there.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like Milwaukee all that much as a city. I just don't. It's just not my vibe,
I haven't seen much of it, so.
Yeah, it's like you staying in the gym, like you don't know anything that's going on. Do you even know what the temperature is outside?
Today I went and had strength and conditioning Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, so I get picked up and get driven to strength and conditioning. So I see some sunlight, which there is none today. It's misty and horrible here today.
Yeah.
So that's as much as I've seen of the weather today.
So who are your main training partners for you? Because, with Alessandro, he's got a kind of crafty style that you got to bring in some particular looks for. Who's in the room that you're training with to help me get ready for that look?
Well, I mean, Gerald, who's fighting that same night. This guy, Nate, who's a tall, lean. He likes to clinch. He likes to grab the head and throw a lot of knees and dirty boxing. He's a real tall 45er that I've been training with. Mike Rhodes, Mike Biggie, he's had some big fights in the UFC. His overall kickboxing skills. He's actually even going to be cornering me with Duke, and I've been working a lot with him. And then the jiu-jitsu coach, just for wall and clinch work, Daniel Vanderlei is a third-degree black belt dude. Dude's a stud when it comes to the body lock game and all that kind of stuff. And it's some of the stuff that Alex likes to do is, he likes to throw those big knees and that switching stance. And so we're going to look to take advantage of him trying to clinch every now and then too.
So was there a big breakup between you and your other gym before you went over to
No,
Reaches? Or was it just a casual, hey,
no,
I'm
no.
here to train, I'll be
Yeah,
back?
yeah. I even felt bad doing it, man. And if these guys get to listen to it, I talked to Nick Catone. He still hits me up, asks how everything's going out here, and Jafari Veneer, who was my wrestling coach from when I trained with Cowboy and them. He was going to come out here, but by the time Cowboy fought and he went through what he went through, the
Yeah.
guy's got to see his kids. He's got a bunch of kids back home, so that's the other thing. That's why I needed to be somewhere where I knew I was going to be focused on. And this is just big enough where the training is fantastic and there's enough guys. The team is solid. But Duke works with me every single day. Daniel, the jiu-jitsu coach, works with me every single day. These guys are watching every sparring round I'm doing. Kush, the other striking coach, these guys see me, the mistakes I'm making, the good things I'm doing. And I feel like that's what I was missing. I was just kind of in a herd of people that were all really talented. So the work is there, but I'm not necessarily getting the game plan and individual focus that I wanted.
Yeah. So, but now you're getting it obviously at Roosters because they're all paying
Yeah,
attention to you. So that's
yeah, big
awesome.
time. Yeah.
So let's break down this fight then. Who's okay? So you got a new coaching staff. So who came up with a game plan for this fight?
Well, Duke and he then talked to all the other guys that are involved too, and Biggie, Mike. He's there in practices with me, going through the motions with me, so he feels it. He knows not only the game plan, but what I need to be doing. So when he's in the corner with Duke, Duke says one thing, he knows how to adjust it. He knows what I'm good at, where my strengths lie. And so yeah, but definitely Duke just watching tape and all of us sitting around in the office putting, Alex's fights up on Fight Pass and some old fights that I got sent to me from other promotions. And I was actually almost scheduled to fight him back when I was the Cage Fury champion. He was one of the guys on the list of people that I was going to defend my belt against, and it never worked out. So this is a guy I've known who he is for 3 or 4 years now.
Is that harder to get ready for a guy like that, or is it easier?
I I think easier because I've already kind of had that nervous energy feeling about this guy already in my life. You know what I mean? I've heard that name. I've watched him throw those knees and those things. When you watch your opponent fight, you're like, oh fuck, like I've had that feeling about him. I've thought about him already. So once his name was mentioned, I was like, all right, I know. You know what I mean? I know this guy.
Yeah.
I've had this guy on my mind when I'm hitting the heavy bag before.
So you seem pretty confident coming to this fight. So let's make best case scenario. You knock him out in the first 45 seconds of the first round. It's a quick night for you. Where does it
That'll
push
be
you
great.
though within the rankings? 'Cause it kind of seems like the UFC doesn't really care about rankings. They only care about entertainment and big money fights. Like, how do you think it's going
Yeah,
to turn out?
yeah. I don't know. I mean, obviously, I was scheduled to fight Gilbert Burns, which
Yeah.
I guess technically would have moved me up a little more. He's just more well known. Not that he's any more dangerous, and Ricci's dangerous in his own ways. But I think it lends itself to a more exciting fight, which is obviously what the fans want and what the UFC wants, because this guy's a very good boxer and Muay Thai striker. So, and anybody that knows my style knows that that's where I like to play too. So, I think there's a bigger chance of us getting a fight of the night or a performance of the night off of this one, which is shit. I mean, that's really at the end of the day what I want anyway, is one of these performance bonuses and a big win. Who it is really doesn't matter at this point. I'm coming off a loss. I just need a
Yeah.
W. And
Do you
he's been
feel
really
do
good.
you, do you feel the pressure from that loss where you're like, look, I really got to step up my game, or is it kind
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I always do. I've been there before, and before it was, coming off a loss, I thought I was gonna jump right back when I fought Ross Pearson, and I got two
of,
in a row. So I've had my back against the fence. I know this feeling, and the last time I had my back against the fence like this, I came out and got a submission victory over Cruikshank when it was kind of like loser might go home situation. So,
yeah.
but I'm not even trying to ever get there again. I don't ever want two in a row, because with the way the organization now, you never know. They're letting guys go, letting contracts ride out, so it's kind of nerve wracking.
I mean, we're seeing guys winning, but not getting a contract extension. It's the
Yeah.
last fight in their contract. Let go. We've seen guys lose one, get let go. We've seen guys lose
Yep.
five and stay put. Like
Yeah.
it's really random. Speaking of all that, it's new owners, new situation. Are you excited about the big summit they have coming up here, where all 500 athletes have to show up or are going to show up?
Yeah, I think all those things are cool. It kind of lets us know what's going on. We get to sit down with everybody. It's I've been to the more intimate ones. I haven't been to a summit where they bring everybody in, and I know they've done them in the past where they literally have every single person on the roster. But yeah, I'm always down for those things. I'm always excited to meet other athletes in other divisions that I don't normally get to hang out with and find out what's what.
And plus, it's in Vegas, so it can't be that
Yeah,
bad.
right. Hopefully, I don't have a fight scheduled so I can eat, because the last time I had the summit, I didn't have a fight, and I was able to eat the dinner that they gave us at the end of it. Holy crap, man! It was
Yeah.
amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's basically a meet and greet to meet the new owners and kind of get their feeling of what they're going to do and the direction, kind of the state of the union kind of piece. I'm interested to see.
Yeah.
We'll definitely talk after that meeting's over because I want to see what you take away from it because everyone's going to take something different away from it, even though you're all in the same room at the same time.
Yeah,
It's
of course.
going to be a different deal, so I kind of want to see how everybody gets into it. So,
Yeah.
man, Paul, thanks for coming on here, man. I know it's late for you and you got to get your rest in, so I appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
no problem.
awesome, man. It's awesome to finally see you got that mental capability back again. I was kind of worried about you after Ronaldo. Like it just didn't seem like you. And
Exactly, man. It really wasn't. I really think no matter what happens the 19th, I really think you guys are going to see me find my